dog. Nah,
Oh, yes, I love
Doflamingo,
being called a puppy. Cat
Okay.
meow.
Okay.
bro. Duffy, mic up, bitch.
He's muted, bro.
Oh, you're wait. He's server muted.
You can.
It's probably Almond with the fucking muted him.
All right, but
Yeah,
so
almonds milk fat ass did. Okay,
wanna.
y'all can continue.
All right. Wanna agree on a definition of God?
Oh wait, Doflamingo. We're doing theology and we're starting. Okay.
I have
Alright.
theism, just for clarification.
Yeah. Yeah. He has theism. I have agnostic atheism. Okay.
So,
Okay.
what's a definition that you're like commonly familiar with, and I'll just probably agree with it if it makes sense.
Just tell me your definition. I can tell you if I agree.
Okay, I would go with just for uncaused cause, uncaused cause.
Okay, and it's an agent.
Yeah, sure, I'll go with tangential.
All right, cool. Any other properties?
Nope. Besides it being an uncaused cause, agential uncaused cause.
All right, sure. Yeah.
Okay, so do you agree to necessitarianism?
What do you mean? Everything's necessary?
No, that contingent facts do not exist.
So let me be clear about what you mean by contingent facts. Something that could have been another way in another possible world.
Yeah.
Do I? It's essentially asking, do I agree in possibility? And the answer is yes.
Okay, so yeah, if contingent facts exist, then the principle of sufficient reasoning is halfway true, as in the weak
You
PSR.
you lagged out. You like
Okay,
you lagged out.
I was gonna say, due to the fact of the existence of contingent facts, the weak PSR must be true, and if the weak PSR must be true,
Wait. What is weak? What is weak PSR? What is weak
the
PSR?
weak
I know
PSR,
the normal
the
PSR.
weak PSR basically is that all contingent facts require an explanation, and the reason why all contingent facts require an explanation is because it's tautological. The weak PSR is a tautology. That's kind of funny how he joined when I said that. But the weak PSR and contingent
You said
facts.
the we. You lagged out. You said the weak PSR is a tautological what?
Nah, I was just reading the dude's name. Tautological. But I was saying the weak PSR and contingent facts are tautological, right? Because so
Oh.
if you accept contingent facts, you accept the weak PSR. So the weak PSR
Yeah,
basically
it's just
says,
saying it does.
what do you say?
Okay, are you just saying that? Just to sum up what you're saying, are you saying that contingent facts must be derived from some source or have some explanation for their being?
Not that's not necessarily what I'm saying. No, it's kind of what I'm explaining is more
Okay,
nuanced
would
than
you?
that.
Would
I'll continue. I'll continue my
okay,
answer.
please go.
So from here, we must consider that if we were to take the sum of all contingent facts that are true, right? So in the actual world, the sum of all contingent facts, and then we were to put them all together, we would say this contingent of contingent facts, or BCCF, big conjunctive contingent fact, it itself is a contingent fact. So it would follow the weak PSR. That means it itself requires an explanation. But if its explanation, it can only be one of two
Bro,
things. This is
you're
the
lagging out like badly.
can
You're
it, can,
Zeref. I didn't pick up any of that. You were lagging
can
badly.
everybody hear me? Can anybody hear me in chat?
Is it my Wi-Fi or are you guys hearing
No,
lag?
no, that was for me too. He was lagging. Can you repeat what you just said?
So what I'm saying is that all right. So now did you hear the part about BCCF, big conjunctive contingent fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Is that just a group of all
oh,
contingent facts?
yes. So
Okay.
this would also follow the weak PSR, so it would require an explanation. Now its explanation can either be two things. Now this is a true dichotomy. It can either be contingent or necessary. If it's contingent, this leads to modal collapse, which is necessitarianism, which we already agreed is false. So it must be a necessary fact. But the problem is, if it's a necessary fact, it must be agential. The reason is because if we have a necessity that's not agential, that
Well,
some
is there a way I can attack different premises instead of just getting a flow of different premises, which is what's
go
called an argument or a syllogism?
go
Because you made multiple claims.
go. Well, what claim specifically? I can break down each claim. We already accepted.
No, okay. Can we attack one claim at a time? 'Cause I'm getting shotgunned here.
Okay. So we can go to
So
the first claim. Do you agree that the weak
yeah,
PSR and contingent facts are tautological?
uh, basically that's just asking for the definition of contingent fact, right? Which is to say, this some contingent fact is derived from some source or explanation.
Oh my gosh, are you fucking this ass?
Well, think about what a contingent fact is, right? A contingent fact, thought of simply, is something that could have not been. But if we think about it like in an individualistic case, like the example I gave D1 yesterday, of he is contingent on the fact that his parents are meeting. Contingent facts are just temporal facts, as in like they are contingent on something happening to cause them to exist. And now what's the PSR?
Wait, hold on. You're kind of just road running, where you're just making multiple claims.
I'm not making multiple claims. I'm explaining.
No. Yeah, your explanation makes it. It imposes claims, right? There's implicit claims in your explanation.
Well, how about this? How about this? I won't make any presuppositions. Let's look at the definition of contingent fact, right? A contingent fact is something that could have not been because the thing that caused it to be is temporal. Just think about the ontology of it, right? And now
that's if you presuppose cause and effect being
not
temporal.
necessarily.
Do they have to be?
Yes. Okay. Well, I think they have to be. Yes. I think
no. Wait, hold on. Your claim. Wait, stop.
Go ahead.
Your claim was that this thing was caused, and it was because of something temporal.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking you, is it necessarily the case that cause and effect is temporal?
Yes.
Why?
Well, this is just me personally, but I define time as change, and I think cause and effect are representative change.
But that means that, okay, I mean, just saying change doesn't, how does that answer that it must be temporal?
Because, well, again, they're the same thing. They're, again, tautological.
You're just saying, okay, are you just saying...
If time is change and cause and effect is change, then...
Bro, can you actually, like, let me speak? Thank you.
Go ahead.
So you're saying cause and effect require time, or time is necessary for cause and effect because, and then answer.
Because they're the same thing. Time is change, cause and effect is change.
Okay, then I'll just ask, what do you mean by change? Because that's, I guess, the
going
source of...
Going from one state to another.
That's like kind of vague. What do you mean by that?
I don't know how vague that's exactly descriptive. I can give you an example. If P then Q, P then Q.
I know what the implication is, but I'm asking you, what do you mean going from one state to another?
A leads to B. Like it's changing from, it was originally A, then it went to B. It went from first A to B, or the first domino knocked over the second domino.
You're giving exampple of causation that are in time, that are in time, but that doesn't.
Can you give me? Okay.
Bro, I'm gonna start bitching you. Do you need to get cussed out?
I don't think.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, then shut up. Okay. So you're giving examples that do take place with time, but I'm asking for a necessary or a modal reason as to why it must.
I gave you a necessary and modal reason. The fact that it's tautological. All the examples are temporal.
That's a claim we're investigating, right? You're just saying it is tautological, but I'm asking you, in what way does you saying going from one state to another mean this thing requires time? And you're just saying it's true, right?
Well, first off, okay, then what is time then?
I want you to define that. What do you mean by when you say this thing requires time?
Hold on. I already defined time. My definition of time was change. Now I'm asking, what do you think time is?
Well, no, here's the thing. We never got to a root of what change was, right? Because when we went to change, you said, well, it's the state. I
don't know how you're going to ask me.
Okay, you need to get this. Hold on, let me get my mic.
Okay.
1 second.
I'm going to say, I don't think how I can prove the definition of change.
Hey, I'm not, bro, Dopey. This dude is autistic. He does not know how to shut the fuck up and take turns. Like, shut your bitch ass up, nigga, before I smack the shit out your bitch ass. You ugly ass fucking dread and want to be cheap.
You can say what you want to say.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, bitch.
You can say what you want to say.
Look, right.
No, you don't know how to take turns. I let you go without interruption, bitch. You gonna let me get a fucking turn, bitch. So, like I was saying, very clearly, when you say going from one state to another, and I ask you for some other elaboration on what that means, you just say, yeah, that's as precise as I can put it. That doesn't give a reason as to why this thing requires time. It just says, well, here's my definition. I can't explain further as to why it's necessary. So accept it.
No, that's not what what transpired. You asked me what changes, and I explained to you what changes going from one state to another. And
no, that's what I just said.
Okay,
that's
yeah,
what I just said.
that's a complete no, that's not what you just said. That's not. That's
yes,
not.
it is. I asked you. No. I asked you what change was. You said it's going from one state to the other, and then when I said that's vague, could you give any more preciseness to that? You said that's as precise as it can be. That's exactly what you said.
Yes, that's as precise as it can be because that exactly describes it. Right, and I don't know how you want me to prove the definition of change.
What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Or what does it mean to go from state to state? What does that mean?
Go from state to state? You were initially in a different form than you currently are in, right? So that is a change. You are now in a different formation.
You
are in a different position or form that
I love how you try to post that debate on YouTube so you can get people in the comment section to like agree with you. But them people are fucking ass and they don't understand like debate structure.
They don't understand debate
they
structure.
Think that since they think that since things are obvious that you don't necessarily have to prove them, but you still need to provide proof for your claims. Like even if I say that it rained today, I still would need to show proof, even though that it's a fact that it did indeed rain. You still would need to prove that, right? So, I don't understand.
All right, bro. But what I was saying was
so go ahead.
What I was saying was that all right. You asked me to tell you the definition of change, and I gave you. Do you disagree with that definition of change?
No. You leave out the context of going one step further on purpose.
Hold up. What do you mean? Hold up. The thing is, I'm saying I'm not going one step further because that perfectly describes what change is. Then I gave you examples, and you're saying, well, why? Those examples are all temporal.
Zeref, it's lagging. It's lagging again. I couldn't hear that.
All right.
Can you change your Wi-Fi signal or something?
Bro, honestly, it's saying my shit is perfect right now. I'm in green the whole time, so I really don't have no way to solve this if it's lagging. I can close some tabs.
It's just Wi-Fi. I don't know. It might just be us.
No, both of our signals bad from different states. Like no.
But what I was just saying is that.
Come downstairs, or Beanie come downstairs.
Right. The reason why I'm not taking it a step further is because that is a sufficient definition of change. Unless you disagree with that definition.
That's begging the question. Right. I'm asking you for some precise.
I did. I said being at one position or form.
And you didn't make it precise. Stop. You're lying.
Hold up. I said initially being at one position or form and now being at a different one.
When I ask you very clearly. What is going from one state to another, and why does that require time? And you say that's sufficient.
Hold on.
You aren't actually. Wait, let me. Bro, shut up.
Continue.
That's literally ignoring the question and just averting any investigation into the definition. So you give a definition, I agree, but it's so vague it doesn't justify any necessary, essentially clause for time, right?
Hold on. So the reason why I said that well, actually, hold on. I actually said that going from one form or position initially and now being in a different one. And that's what I said.
Wait, are you just saying cause and effect is just progression through time?
No. Well, cause and effect.
Okay, then changing from one position to another. What do you still haven't? I don't think you've explained that. Maybe the judge can explain it.
Well, think of how is that not really explained? It's that you were at one form. And now you're at a different form. That's it. It could be anything. And I'm saying that's what time is. That's why I said they're tautological.
So you're just saying a difference in some variable, like position? Is that?
Yeah, initially being at one state, and now you're at a different state. That's the best way I can explain it.
Okay, that's A theory of time. Why couldn't we just subscribe to B theory?
B theory, I think, still follows that. How is B theory any different?
No.
What is B theory? What is B theory? What is B theory?
Yeah, that all moments in time exist in the same way.
All right, so that all moments in time are just equal moments in space?
I don't know.
That's exactly it's eternalism. I know what B theory is.
I don't know about space, but I do agree with the first part. The second part, maybe.
If all moments in time are just different moments in space, things are still like transferring from state to state.
You just. I think you said two different things. Did you mean all moments in time are the same position in space, or have equivalent position in space?
Well, that's obviously not true. All moments in time are not equivalent existence in space.
The B theory. Also
you could just look up eternalism. That'll probably give you a better.
Yeah, where are you getting your B theory?
Look up eternalism. Look up eternalism.
Okay, it doesn't really answer where, but okay.
No, that's just looking it up is where.
Okay, so everywhere it has the exact same definition. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna see about 4:30.
There's like a colloquial philosophical.
Okay, so certain places have the one you're talking about, just like I asked. Okay, thank you.
Then you go to work.
Go to scans. I'll drop the. I don't know if this is the right one, but I'll drop that.
Knock the fuck out, like tonight.
Okay. Is it something like another one I'm grabbing is the view that all entities, past, present, and future, exist?
Yeah.
Okay. So how does causation? How is it necessary under B theory?
It's necessary under B theory because if we were to take that in account, our still like empirical existence, we can still observe of things going from state to state. That's how everything is measured. But also,
that's the thing in question.
But also, right? The past, present, and future existing, that still doesn't deny things transferring from state to state. And also,
don't they exist? Don't they exist simultaneously?
And also.
Wait, no. Also, is another claim. You made two claims already.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Can I respond to the first two claims before I get shotgunned by a third?
I'm not gonna shotgun you. I'm gonna bring up.
You just admitted you.
I'm not gonna bring up any more claims. But what I'm gonna say is something from earlier is that since we accepted the existence of contingent facts, that would necessarily imply that things are.
What am I cash out there?
Going from state to state.
No.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. That is another claim. That's literally three claims. Yeah, can I just miss the last two and go only attack the first?
You can attack the first, but I think they all coincide with each other.
Yeah, I know you're shotgunning me though. Like just by definition, you literally just tried to prove three things.
Go ahead.
That's three different arguments.
I didn't really try to prove anything. I just brought it up.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You said one is an implication from the earlier fact. Therefore, I'm arriving at this conclusion. This thing is true. That's an argument, dumbass.
It's no. It's something we've already agreed on.
No, he's retarded. He's literally giving three arguments. Can I respond to one at a time?
Go.
All right, look, continue. There's no need to just fucking.
Thank you, Zeref, you faggot bitch. So like I was saying, if they all exist, and I'm not sure. Are you saying that these moments don't exist simultaneously?
No, I'm saying the past, present, and future are different points in space, but they all exist like as real as they would exist right now. For me.
Dude, can you give me any B theory that says the? Okay.
I mean, we can accept your definition of B theory. That's fine. We can go with your definition if you want to.
Okay. I'm not sure, and I keep asking you. I'm not sure that your interpretation of
it doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
The all positions being the same. All positions not being the same follows. Can you demonstrate that?
Wait, what do you mean all positions not being the same? I'm saying that the past, present, and future just exist and not in the same point in space.
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
As in, like physically in space, how the moon isn't the same place as the sun. I'm thinking of it like that.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm sorry. How does that determine that? Each of these positions or each of these I'm
saying they're all real. Yeah, we can accept this.
Yeah, what do you think real means though? That's what I'm
real means as like if I were to go to that physical point in space, I could experience it.
I don't know what you mean by experience. You kind of just
by experience as how I'm experiencing this conversation right now. That's
a self-referential definition. You're just passing the definition on to a word you're not defining.
Hold on.
It's literally.
Are you experiencing this call?
I don't know what you mean by experience, Lobo. That's what I keep asking.
Are you hearing and seeing stuff around you? Are you sensing stuff around you? Perceiving stuff around you?
If you just mean, are my bro? Yeah. If you're just saying, are my senses being utilized? It's sure, yeah.
I don't know why we're even arguing about this. I'm saying we can use any definition, but
I'm
B
not
theory.
arguing. I'm just asking what you mean.
He
Okay.
used to talk to me.
But
I
anyways.
haven't given a counter argument.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
Used to fuck.
Now-
So you're saying all experience occurs?
No, not necessarily experience.
Okay.
I was saying, for example, if I were to take my
Bro.
Go.
Are you saying experience occurs at different moments? And if so, how is that?
No.
So it's like we got.
Okay, so then how are you describing B theory of time?
I'm just saying the past, present, and future all exist, just at different points in space.
What does that mean?
I can take my physical body and go to the point where the future is in space, and then go physically perceive that future.
What does it mean to go to some physical point in space and see the future?
For example, how you can drive to Walmart.
She posts me, bro.
I just went to a point in space. Now I'm saying in eternalism, B theory of time also, or the future, hypothetically, would exist in just some point in space. As in, I could just go fucking drive there. For example, that's just what I mean.
I don't know that that's the definition. I
don't care. We can use your definition.
He's autistic and doesn't know how to shut the fuck up. So what I'm saying very clearly is, and next time I'm just get Dofi to mute you. But what I'm saying is, where are you deriving that definition from? I haven't seen where you can physically move to some point in time. Where does that? Where's that drive?
I'm not saying I can, and time dilation. Think about that. But that's not.
No, I'm not.
I was.
Time dilation have to do with that.
Because
one point at a time.
But hold on. I answered this question, but the reason I'm saying I'm not even saying I can physically move time. I'm just saying under this hypothetical definition of B theory, right?
Where are you deriving this definition from? That's why I'm asking.
All I'm saying is we can use any definition. It doesn't affect anything.
Can you grab one that agrees with you? Can you grab one that agrees with you? Is what I've been saying.
I don't need one. That's what I'm saying. I don't need one.
So you're just using your own colloquial definition?
Yeah, this is a colloquial definition. It doesn't.
Sorry, not colloquial, proprietary definition.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're using your personal definition, how are you subscribing to the same theory I'm using?
I'm not. I just said we can use yours. I've been saying that for a while.
Okay. I haven't provided anything that claims what
I'm not saying
saying.
provided. I'm saying we can use it.
If we're using mine, I'm providing mine through some source, and you just keep saying, well, we're using yours, but I haven't provided anything.
I'm not saying we could. I'm saying we could use yours.
Bro. Are you autistic? Do you know how to take turns? Do you know how to take turns? Shut the fuck up, okay? Thank you. So, if I haven't provided anything, where are you getting that you can drive through time from?
Okay, first off, I was just saying that in my understanding of eternalism, it's just that all points in time exist as real as they do as my present.
You're not answering the question.
And hold on. This is where I derive the idea from. For example, what I mean by they exist physically, I'm not saying I can actually go do it, but this is just what I mean by.
You didn't answer the question.
Hold on. And now,
you're just waffling.
Hold up.
Answering his question.
Can I finish?
We've been on the same point because he hasn't answered my question.
Can I finish? Hold up.
No,
and now you said I never provided anything. You were the one who brought up eternalism. So I'm asking, what is your understanding?
I'm saying under my stance, my provision of this definition, where are you deriving this fact from?
You never gave. What do you mean your provision? You never gave a definition.
No. So where are you getting it from, bitch?
Holy shit! Because you brought it up. Because you brought it up.
Okay, yeah, again, so if it's just your proprietary definition,
what do you mean?
You're saying, bro, shut up. If it's your proprietary definition and you're saying you got it from some source I didn't provide a source. You're not. Shut up, bro. Do you know how to take turns? Are you autistic, literally? Okay. So if you're trying to accompany some definition I gave, I didn't give one, so you're deriving it from either yourself or somewhere I don't know.
You're not. So are you not listening?
Can you find a single definition that also corroborates what you're saying?
Bro,
right?
Bro. Are you not listening?
Ma'am, you're not answering any relevant questions.
Hold up. I just want you to think about this. You just said like,
oh goddamn,
why can't we use B theory of time? And I gave you my understanding of it. Right, and then you question it, and now I'm just saying it doesn't really matter. What do you think B theory of time is? Right, you never gave a definition of it, right? But you were the one who referenced it as in how we could use this theory of time that would not coincide with how time has changed, right? And now I'm asking you, no matter what, like if we use my colloquial provisional definition, right? Or we use whatever you think it is, it doesn't matter because time is still changed. That's still provable. Continue.
Definition in chat, it says the philosophical theory which takes the view that all points in time are equally real. I'm asking you, from what I provided, right? What are you deriving that you can drive through time? You can drive to the future physically, right?
I'm saying, all right, sure, I can't drive to the time. I can't drive to the future. That doesn't matter. Sure, I can't.
Okay, so that whole analogy is dismissed. Go ahead.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything? What was the point of that?
You were using you're not tracking your own argument. You use the analogy to try and prove that there are changes in physical location as well as time, right? And you use the example. Oh wait, I'm gonna mute you real quick. But you use the example to try and prove that you could drive as easily as you could drive to Walmart. You can drive to the future, right? So without that, you haven't justified that B theory of time accompanies your idea of cause and effect. That was the reason you were tracking it. But go ahead.
Okay. And now, I was just giving you my understanding of B theory as a definition. But if that doesn't subscribe to however you understand it, it's fine. But I still think, as I said earlier, right, due to the existence of contingent facts, right, that still would still be the case that
you're not. Sorry, go ahead. You're not tracking your argument, but go ahead.
It would still be the case that time and causality are tautological.
You didn't track your argument. That was that fell on and I questioned that to the point where you had to use or your justification you chose to use was a denial of B theory, denying cause and effect, right? You said cause and effect can work in a company with B theory, right? And so when you just admitted the analogy you gave didn't follow through, you didn't give any accompaniment to that theory, so you can't use or you can't deny. Let me finish. You can't deny B theory now. That's what that analogy was meant to prove.
Does B theory deny contingent facts?
No. It denies. So you again, you're not tracking your own argument. Contingent facts were proved by cause and effect. Cause and effect proved by time. I questioned that and said, "Is it compatible?" Let me finish. No, you're not even following your own argument. Please don't interrupt me. I used that to, or I questioned that in accompaniment with B theory to say, are these conflicting? You could not prove that they weren't conflicting. Therefore, your foundation for proving contingent facts in the way you tried to fails. Is that simple?
So what I was just saying is that if you've already accepted contingent facts and denied necessity, right? And then you're saying that, well, contingent...
Denied what necessity?
Necessitarianism. Necessitarianism. Yeah.
That was the route you were trying to prove. I don't think you've proven anything.
No, I was never trying to prove necessitarianism.
Bro, can I finish what I'm saying? I'll let you go.
No, not right now. No. Because at the
I'm allowed to finish. What? I'm allowed to finish.
Because I'm saying no because you specifically just started off wrong right there.
Wait. No. You went down this route to try and you provided a dichotomy, right, between some modal collapse.
See, you're starting off wrong again.
For that, the most fundamental foundation after I questioned it was this analogy that was trying to justify it was compatible with B theory.
You started off
if you
wrong.
have no foundation, your argument doesn't follow.
You started off wrong because You started off wrong because in the very beginning you agreed that contingent facts exist, which denies necessitarianism, right? From the very beginning, we've already established necessitarianism is false.
No, I think you were trying to prove that it denies.
That's what no.
That's a dichotomy you pose.
That's not a dichotomy I pose. That's not a dichotomy I pose.
Are you saying like analytically they're incompatible?
No, I'm saying analytically necessitarianism and contingent facts are incompatible.
I can't. You lagging, bro.
Did you say analytically necessitarianism and contingent facts are incompatible?
Yeah, sure.
Well, yes. Just look at the definitions. If everything is necessary, nothing is contingent, right?
Yeah. If that's what you're saying, I don't mind. Yeah,
okay, sure. So if you agree that contingent facts exist like you did, then you agree that time exists. Well, time and
that's the thing you just got. That's the thing you just got debunked on. So no.
No,
You lost the cause.
Hold up.
Can you give a judgment? Because he's not tracking his own argument.
Okay, yeah, you don't understand. So the last point y'all went to conclusion on essentially was the time point. So you trying to refer back to a point that you already have conceded upon. It's just useless.
I'm going back on something from the very beginning of the debate, that he agrees that necessitarianism is false. And just from agreeing on necessitarianism is false, then you agree. Then you
okay. We can do it. Zeref, we can do a top-down approach, right? You started at point A, which is contingency. I ask why, or contingent facts. I ask why. You say cause and effect. I say why. You say time. I say, is it compatible, or your view of time compatible with B theory and cause and effect?
I'll agree. Analogy, why compatible time is not a...
No. Bro, he literally has like a mental deficiency. Shut up. Okay? So you try to defeat this supposed incompatibility. You lose, right? As you just granted through the analogy you didn't complete. Therefore, you don't have that argument. You can now no longer use that unless you have a new argument.
The only thing that I've lost is that the argument doesn't work in B theory. But then I'm saying B theory shouldn't be in the question. I'm saying B theory shouldn't be in the question because we've already established that necessitarianism is false and contingency exists.
No, because contingent. The only thing you're not following. The only thing you tried to underlie contingency with was cause and effect, and then you underlie cause and effect with time. My question is, that's the case.
Theory
that can be the case in
A theory. Exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yes, it can be the case in A theory. But is it compatible with B theory?
No, it's not.
Bro, shut up. Okay, as long as there's a competing theory, right, and I justify that it is plausible,
it's
which I did through the...
it's not plausible.
Bro, can you shut up? Yo, definitely a Kimio. He's literally retarded. I don't have... I think, do you want somebody...
I'm not talking, go ahead.
Yeah, I know, but you're not talking now, but when I speak, you don't know how to shut up. I know how to shut up when you speak, but you don't know how to speak when I shut up, okay? Thank you. Right? So... if there's a conflicting and a completely credible theory, right, as you lost that analogy, therefore I have an argument that wins, so that means I have an equal interpretation, right, to your interpretation, therefore your argument doesn't follow. It's very simple, okay? Go ahead.
Now, let me ask you this, right? Do you understand that B theory and contingency are mutually exclusive?
Well, if that were the case, why did you just try to argue that there was a compatibility between cause and effect and B theory?
Because of my interpretation of it that you don't agree with, that you said you think is unsubstantiated.
I'm not saying how. So
if your interpretation, you just think it's unsubstantiated.
You're literally just yelling over me. I'm trying to ask you a question. Can I speak? Okay. Like, do you have Tourette's? Like, what's up? So, like I'm saying, if you're arguing that your stance is compatible with my stance, or sorry, the B theory of time, right, which is just a stance I'm representing that could be the case, that means that you have belief that your argument is compatible with this other theory, okay? Mm-hmm. So you can't now say there's a compatibility and then say they're mutually exclusive, right? That's a contradiction, okay?
No, it's not.
Oh my God! Okay, let me ask the judge because you're a fucking idiot. Well, Flamingo, is it a contradiction for me to say there's a compatibility between C theory and my interpretation, but also say that it's mutually exclusive and incompatible?
Yeah, that can't exist.
Yeah, he misrepresented it because I said, in my interpretation, right, I think there's a compatibility. But he says, well, there's no reason to believe your interpretation. So I said, okay, well, fuck it. Fuck that interpretation then. Just in a colloquial sense of you think it's real, right? There is no. My interpretation has an extra factor on it. That's what I'm saying. But if that's not accepted, right, then okay, it's not compatible.
No, you're not understanding. I'm not dismissing your claims. I'm saying there's another equal interpretation. Well, you just haven't verified to a.
It's not an equal interpretation. No, it's not equal.
Zeref, you don't know how to shut up, so you're just. Can you go on mute, please? Like, he doesn't know how to take turns. I let him go without interruption. He doesn't know how to shut up. I know it's because you're getting slammed. You want to, like, talk so much, but just chillax, okay? So, just because you don't prove your argument to a certain standard doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means you didn't prove it to the standard you claimed, okay? I'm not saying there's no interpretation that works under your view. I'm just saying you didn't prove it, okay? So as long as you even argue and believe there's a compatibility, now you're saying there's no compatibility and they're mutually exclusive between the views. That means you are contradicting yourself. This could not be the case. Contradictions don't exist. Okay, my argument wins. Go ahead.
Okay, that's not true because if we're using the term interpretation, I think it's vague because my interpretation, I guess, since I don't know what word to use, right? It's because it has a factor right in it that allows the possibility. Now, this factor you're saying isn't present within the definition that you gave. And now, within the definition that you gave,
is it possible?
Hold on.
Is it possible?
Is it possible?
Yeah, that it could be present.
Not if you were rejecting necessitarianism like you did.
Wait, hold up. So, if it's impossible for you, well, no, you argued even in the case, that's not true. You argued even in the case it wasn't necessary.
I even said this earlier. It was pointless going on that conversation of the definition because regardless of whatever definition we use, right, denying necessitarianism means that things change. Means that things follow.
No. Wait, hold on. No. Because the thing in question is whether they change in time, right? So if you didn't prove that time requires some flow or some change of events throughout time, you didn't win.
Well, the thing is,
whatever you mean by change, let me finish. Whatever you mean by change doesn't follow in the same way you're presenting it. So no.
Let me ask you, in B theory of time, right, that you're using that just everything is real, right, is anything changing?
I don't know what you mean by change. It's
going from one position or one state or one form to another.
Oh, I can search. I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't know.
You don't know.
Off the top of my head, no.
So if you
I don't know if the phrase change. I don't know if the phrase change means anything, but
okay. Well, is change not directly descriptive of causality, of cause and effect?
That's not the thing in question.
Is it? No, I'm just asking you. Is it?
It depends what you mean by change.
I said cause and effect.
I know. You're saying, is this thing descriptive of cause and effect? I'm asking you, what is thing?
Change.
I know the name of it. I'm asking you, what does it mean with respect to cause and effect? Because you're just saying
let me ask you this. Is it cause and effect a change? Is it cause and effect a change? Is it cause and effect a change?
Again, you just keep repeating the thing in question. I don't know what you mean by change.
Okay. So
the problem you're running into is you're using self-referential definitions, then saying, "Well, is this thing self-referentially not true? Anything self-referentially true? Duh. The fuck."
I think that you're just not like trying to make common sense here, right? I basically told you going from one position, going from one position. How am I not having a hard time defining the word? To find it in 5 different ways that all mean the same thing. Going from one position.
Yeah, it's called self-referentialism.
They're not. They're not self. Everything is self. Everything is self-referential. That's what tautology.
No, that's not true.
That's what tautologies are.
No, they're called.
You can even say modus ponens is self-referential if you think it like that.
No, you thought it was a loud mic. No, bitch, it's a fucking low mic, dumbass nigga. So like I was saying. No, it's called a prime semantic, right? Or semantic prime, right? Something refers to something in reality that is non-explainable to some lower level of words. But the issue here is you're relying on this thing to say it's true, right? The fuck?
Okay, so let's look up the Google definition of change then. Would that be sufficient for you?
Sure, Zeref, would you like to explain your argument to D1?
Not really.
I
mean, I could explain it again. I could explain it again just for everyone's sake. All right. Well, sure, I'll explain it again. So basically, if necessitarianism is not accepted, that means contingent facts exist, right? Contingent facts require an A theory of time. Is basically where I'm going with this. And now my argument follows from contingency. We get to the weak PSR due to being tautological.
You're breaking up, bro. Your signal's bad.
From contingency. We get the weak PSR from the.
Your signal's bad. We didn't hear half your argument.
Oh, you didn't hear the beginning? From the falsity of necessitarianism, we get A theory and contingency. From there.
You're breaking out.
All right. From the falsity of necessitarianism, we get A theory and contingent facts. Right? From contingent facts, we get the weak principle of sufficient reasoning, or the weak PSR. From the weak PSR, we get to an agential uncaused cause. That's basically from step to step. Like, I'm skipping like the whole process of how the ontology works. Or the modality works.
Yeah. He presupposed time, meaning the changing of events through some, like basically the flow of time. Like if you have a baby today, it'll be 18 in 18 years. And so I asked him, how does that work under B theory of time, in which all moments in time are real? He lost that point. Long story short, like
and
the
I
judge
said,
explicitly said.
Well, I gave my.
He has Tourette's. Like he doesn't know how to shut up.
Bro, look.
Okay, so
I'm finished.
All right, so the judge said I won the point on whether change means that there has to be some flow or progress through time. So essentially, he doesn't have a foundation for why change means you have to move through time. So cause and effect, under his view, it just doesn't follow in the way he's saying. So yeah.
First off, I said time is change. I'm saying they're the same thing. All right, and then he said, "What about B theory?"
You lost.
And I gave my definition of B theory that he thought was unsubstantiated, right? And regardless of what definition we use, I already said B theory is irrelevant because of the denial of necessitarianism. That's why. So you may have won the point on B theory, but that doesn't change anything, is what I'm trying to say.
But like he asked, what is time though?
Yeah, and I said time is change.
But that.
And how?
Yeah, we can hear you.
How is time change?
Yes.
Because contingent facts. Because we're all contingent facts.
Like you begging the question like shit. Like I said.
How is that begging the question when you accept that? You accepted that. You accepted that.
Oh my god. Wait, hold up. When you say contingent facts, it's not in the way you mean it or underlie it, right? So when you say when you say contingent facts, underlied with my idea of time, my idea of change, and you still haven't substantiated it.
Let me ask you this then.
Oh my god.
Is there something called an atemporal contingent fact?
You're saying
is that possible? Is that possible?
I'm trying to clarify what you're saying, little bro. Relax.
Go ahead.
You're saying, can a contingent fact exist with no time? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the same as B theory, right? So I'm not sure if I can. I don't know.
Okay. What is the difference between that and B theory?
Atemporal means no time. B theory means some specific view or theory of time. One it has time, the other doesn't. That's what A means as a prefix.
The thing is. Let me ask you this. In the term of atemporal, right? It just means unchanging. Now,
no, that's not what that means. Do you know what the prefix A means?
Without. Yes, I know what A means.
Yeah, not time.
Yeah, not time.
Yeah, not
and now,
time.
yes, not time, as in they do.
You just cut me off. Can I answer the question?
Go ahead.
Okay, so atemporal means not time. The other one is a theory of time. So one is without. It's a very simple distinction.
Okay. And now, let me ask you this. Now you're saying theory of time. One is without time, right? Now, if time is all existent, as in past exists and the future exists and the present exists simultaneously, right? There is no change here. Now, if contingent facts are changes.
What do you mean by change, though? That's what I'm trying to get
What do you mean by change?
Because
an act or instance.
The only thing you make.
An act or instance of becoming different.
Okay. Why does it? And you still haven't answered this question. Why does it require a theory of time for?
Because in B theory, under the interpretation that we're using now, everything already exists, as in the past, present, and future. So there is no change. But that's a problem because contingencies are changes.
Let me be clear. Yeah.
Yo.
Exactly. I just keep hearing the word change to say time, and I'm questioning that. Right. So what does that mean?
Okay. So, wait, hold up. I basically said B theory is not irrelevant anymore because nothing is going from the act or instance of becoming different. That is not happening under B theory, and that's a problem because
that's the thing in question, though.
Wait, how is that in question?
Can you answer the relevant question, like the one I actually asked?
What's the question? What's the question you asked?
Yeah, I'm good. I can repeat it. So why does change require A theory, if that's what you're saying?
Because under B theory, right? First we can concede that changes happen, right? Under B theory, contingent facts don't exist.
No, my God, that's the thing in question. Okay.
All right. Under B theory, contingent facts don't exist. You agree to contingent facts existing. That's a problem.
Well, no. I didn't say. That's the thing we're investigating, right? You keep presupposing the conclusion. Okay, is he autistic? Do you need a mute? Do you need one?
I'm muted.
Okay, then shut up. So like I'm saying,
the
thing in question is whether contingent facts can exist under B theory. You yourself argued it could be the case, so I didn't deny that it could be the case. I just said here's this other possible interpretation.
For anybody who's going to watch this video when I post it, right?
So you just saying, well, now it's not possible, is denying and backtracking your earlier argument. It's that simple. Okay. So no, you can't provide a contradiction for your own argument. No. Are you done?
First off, the contradiction relies on what we started off, because I have a recording. When we look at the very beginning, you denied necessitarianism and agreed to contingent facts. That agreement alone already concedes to the fact that this B theory doesn't exist because contingency and changes are tautological.
You could just mean something by contingent that I don't mean, right? Which is why I'm parsing out.
We already agreed on contingent definition. We already agreed on the definition.
Okay, you need a mute because you're fucking retarded. If you say here's this thing and I say yeah this thing, but in this specific sense, and you just say, well, you said this thing, and I parse out the specific parts of what I mean, that doesn't mean you can deny my parsing or separating things that I don't mean, right? You can't just use some umbrella term and say, yeah, you agree to every single thing I say when I explicitly say, no, this part I'm questioning. This part I'm giving a little skepticism and questioning to. So no, that's not how that works. You're a fucking idiot. It's called Grice's razor, you fucking dumbass. No, go ahead.
Okay, so first off, on the term of contingent facts, it's obvious what it means, and you already established on the definition based off its tautology with the weak PSR. We already established that, and on how this refers to let me finish. On how this refers to necessitarianism as well, because necessitarianism is nothing. I'm sorry, I don't use the word changes. No, everything is necessary. Everything has to stay the same if everything is necessary. Once you think about it, right? Because if something changes, that leads to a contingency of how things could have been different. If something is how things could have been different, obviously that's a change, right?
If something is how things, are you just saying is a possibility of change?
Yes.
I don't see the issue. If you're just saying possibilities can be different, what's the issue?
Because under necessitarianism, right, and B theory, there is no change, which means no contingency. But you accepted contingency.
The thing you're not understanding. That's the thing we investigated and you presupposed.
No.
Okay. Can I explain? You have to go without interruption. Do you know how to take turns, little boy?
Bro,
you're just getting muted every time I speak. I'm sorry.
I should not need to mute you, bro. Like, it's not that hard. There's no need to reply with that. Yes, just let him finish. Right? He's gonna finish speaking, and then you can talk, and then vice versa. It's not hard, bro.
Yeah. So listen. So in B theory, you still haven't given any reason as to. Actually, we keep going back to this. Can we get a judgment on the point of whether time can exist in B theory, or whether B theory is true and compatible with cause and effect?
Okay, yeah, you won the point because you were just begging the question the whole time. You're presupposing his conclusion to be the case. You can try to do it within his analogy.
Hold on. First off. I don't. Hold on. No. How am I presupposing anything? if he agreed to contingent facts, hold up. If he agreed that contingent facts exist, right?
And I don't agree they exist in the way you say.
Hold up. We say them as this thing could have been different, and then we predicate on this as right. The reason why this leads to the weak PSR is that they are contingent on something else causing them to be existent in this first place. Now this.
Okay, yeah. This is just because y'all disagree with the definition.
We didn't disagree. We literally didn't. He's making up a disagreement.
No.
Yeah,
obviously,
you're an idiot. I said this. You said this is what it is. I question.
Hold up.
Do you know what a question is?
Hold on. How did you question it? How did you question contingencies?
You said this. You're not tracking the argument. This is why you just keep running into circular reasoning, right?
You don't know what circular reasoning is.
No, I do. It's when you assume your
Don't tell me the definition. Don't tell me. No. All right. What did I? How did you?
Okay, so you said I don't. Okay, you said I don't. Are you good? You said
stay on the main point. Stay on the main point.
Yeah. Okay. You said I didn't know what it is. I explained what it is, and then you said I don't. But okay. Yeah, okay. So you start with do contingent facts exist? I say, why do contingent facts exist? You say, okay.
Well, why start?
There's a dichotomy, right? There's a row between necessitarianism and contingent facts.
Necessitarianism is true.
I say, okay, why? Because cause and effect. Why? Because time.
Not what happened.
Could time be this way? Could change be this way?
Time and stuff came in later.
So therefore, contingent facts are not the way you're saying they are. It's that simple. So we don't agree. Otherwise, we wouldn't have argued about a point about contingent facts.
First off, we started arguing way after we even accepted the contingent facts thing. The time and shit was a whole separate conversation after we progressed past the PSR. Once we got to big conjunctive contingent fact, right? And that's when we started talking about time. Right?
Yeah, the only thing we arrived at was that do contingent facts exist, not how they exist. Then when I question how they exist in this specific way, that's where you lose the point. It's not whether they exist, because I agree they exist in this specific sense. You agree they exist in another sense. Are you stupid or stupid?
That's not true. We agreed on the sense they exist, but
let's appeal to the judge. You're a fucking idiot. I'm not hearing you repeat yourself.
We agree they exist in the sense that how they exist naturally, like just the normal colloquial definition. But once you realize that the argument contradicts your whole position,
because why you
then there's a problem. Then you're questioning it.
You have
Hello? Oh, I didn't mean to mute him. Hello?
Yeah, do you have a new argument to give?
No. It's just first off.
Okay, so can we judge off these points?
I'm gonna say this last thing, and then you can judge off the points. Okay. So what I'm gonna say is that the first thing I asked was, do you agree to necessitarianism? I explained that necessitarianism says lack of contingency. Nothing is contingent. Right? Then he said, well, I believe contingent facts exist, as in something could have not been. Okay, that's fine. If something could have not been, right, that is in reference of a change, of how it went from not existing to existing, of a change. And now, hold on. The reason why I say you did agree with that is because you agreed to contingent facts leading into the PSR. And now that establishes that. Because I explained about the example I gave to D1 yesterday. Right? About how him being the product of his parents is a contingent fact.
Wait, can I interject real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you're just saying, you just said you agreed to contingent facts leading to the PSR, but say they're tautology, that's literally just saying you agreed to my definition of contingent facts, which I didn't, dumbass. That's literally. Do you know what a tautology is?
Saying the same thing, but saying two different things that mean the same thing. Like contingent facts in the weak PSR.
Oh, no, bitch, you thought you could talk. No, shut up. So if I say all bachelors are unmarried men, You're saying, well, they're bachelors, so that leads to unmarried men. That's literally just saying, do you agree to my definition? Because it's always true. Okay, it's that simple. Which I don't. So no.
Well, if you accepted contingency, which you did, because you denied necessitarianism, which you did, then you did accept my definition.
You're not understanding. This is like too nuanced for your little smooth brain. I accept it in a specific sense, distinct from the way you accept it. Okay. I agree it exists, but not in the way you describe it, okay? So under the definition I've provided through my argumentation, it is distinct from what you're saying. You lost your interpretation, I won mine, you lost the debate. You're a fucking idiot.
What's your definition of contingency, then?
The one we've argued about for the last half hour.
Say it right now.
The one we've... No,
say it.
Are you just asking me to repeat myself again?
You've never said it. You never said the definition of contingency. Say your definition of contingency.
Contingency is a way, right? The world is, okay, with respect to and compatible with all things existing in B theory of time, okay?
That nigga never said that definition this entire debate. What are you talking about, bro?
Come
on now.
Did I not argue that if my theory was compatible with my interpretation is compatible with B theory the whole time?
Oh wait, hold up. Now I gotta ask. What is a contingent fact then? What is a contingent fact?
Dopey, did I not? Wait, let me just ask the judge.
You never said it like that explicitly about what you were.
Hold up, okay, bro. You didn't even define it, bro. You just said it's something that's compatible with B theory. You didn't even define anything, bro. You're just trying to make it sound like it fits your argument.
With that, that's what my argument is a way that's compatible with the definition I'm providing. That's what an argument is, you fucking idiots. Okay. What?
So
you gave an interpretation that's compatible with what you're saying. So your
definition...
Yeah, that's what everyone does, you fucking retard.
Wait, hold up. Now I gotta ask you, what is a contingent fact?
Everyone does that. That's what a valid argument is, dumbass.
No, I gotta ask you, what is a contingent fact? I don't think arguments are definitions, but what is a contingent fact?
It's a way in which the world is that is distinct from necessitarianism.
Distinct or logical opposite?
You cut out? What'd you say?
Distinct or logical opposite?
You mean it's a negation?
Yeah, mean the same thing.
Yeah. The negation in what way? Like with
logical negation. What do you mean in what way? It's a logical negation.
That's if the definition only has one proposition, but I think it has more than that.
Your see, this is why
the definition can claim more than one thing to be true. So I'm asking you, which thing is it the negation to?
Necessitarianism.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Which part of necessitarianism it claims more than one thing?
What does necessitarianism claim?
Do you want to define it real quick, and I can point it out?
All things are necessary.
Okay. It presupposes there are things. It presupposes every single one of them, and it presupposes every single one of them are necessary. So.
Okay. So contingent facts are the thing. It's basically is the negation to all things being necessary. Because there are things that are not necessary. Those are things that are not necessary.
Sure, yeah, I agree with that, sure. There are things that are not necessary, sure.
Okay. Now, things that are not necessary, that means that they go from one state to another because they didn't always exist.
No, you just
no, not repeating anything. Things that are not necessary. No, things that are not necessary, since they are not necessary, meaning don't always exist, go from one state to another. Necessary means you always exist. You never change.
I take non-necessary to mean that they could have been different in a possible world. Well, I don't think that requires time, though.
Hold on. I just want you to think about it this way.
That doesn't require a theory of time. Go ahead.
I just want you to think about it this way. If necessary means you always exist, right? And you can never stop. You're just always there. And
meaning it must be the case. Yes.
It must be the case. Okay. And the contingent thing is the opposite, meaning it went from non-existing to existing at one point. That means it is changing.
You're saying it went from non-existing to... I don't disagree in the fact that B theory can accompany that.
Now, the reason why B theory cannot accompany that...
Yeah, you thought. So I don't agree. that that it must be the case in the way that you're describing it as an A theory, but in B theory, it could just be the way that all points in time were the same, so this thing did exist.
Now, the thing is, the reason why B theory does not accept that is because if all points in time are equally real, there is no period of where it can change its position, because all of its positions are active simultaneously.
That just depends on what you think real is, which you lost that point. So
what do you think real is then?
All right, bro.
This is a point we've been through way.
Hold up. I just said,
this is like full circle. You're going back.
We just went over this. No, we just went over this.
I just said real was experience.
Yeah, he just been trying to saying the same argument in just different words the whole time. Like fucking one. Nigga presupposes conclusion in his fucking analogies, and then even when he didn't use that like fucking the dog shit analogies again, he just presupposes conclusion because what you were saying was a complete like fucking denouncement of what he was saying. Never justified his belief. It goes
so anyways, right, what I said was the reason why I asked you what is real. The reason why I asked you what is real is because I gave you. Hold on, I gave you.
I just won the debate. You don't have to keep arguing, but you can if you want to. Go ahead.
I mean, if you don't want to have the debate anymore, it's fine. I was just gonna say that.
No, the judge just said I won. That's what would end the debate.